The most important technology to deploy a stateless application is Docker. As a developer, we need to Dockerize our applications so that we can actually deploy those stateless applications in UAT, production, etc. Dockerizing is one of the key aspects in deploying the stateless applications. That being said, let us see how we can actually set up Docker desktop for Mac, and then we will understand Docker in detail as we proceed further. As I have mentioned to you earlier, we can use Brew to install any application if there is a package available. To search if there are any packages with respect to Docker, we can say brew search Docker, and if there are any packages with the term Docker in them, it will actually list those things here. There are n number of packages using which we can install Docker, and these are all related. We have to install one or more of these packages to have the Dockerized environment on our Mac. However, I will not be using any of these things. Rather, I will be using something called as Docker Desktop for Mac, and for that I will actually go to the Docker official website and then download and install. So here I can go to the browser and then say Docker Desktop for Mac. It is available not only for Mac but also for Windows. We can go here. As I don't have Docker at all, I can directly say download for Mac. Once it is downloaded, I can actually go ahead and install. So it is asking us to log in for download. So let me click on here and log in. And then let me log in with my existing account. I hope I already have the account, but I'm not sure about the password. But let me try. The password seems to be correct. And now I can click on get Docker and should be able to install. However, if you have Mac for some time and if you have already installed something called as Docker Toolbox, which is required for the previous versions of Mac OS, then you need to understand the dependency between the Docker Toolbox and Docker Desktop before you set up Docker Desktop. For that, you can just search for Docker Toolbox versus Docker Desktop for Mac, and then we can click on this link and it will explain what is the difference between Docker Toolbox and Docker Desktop, how to migrate from Docker Toolbox to Docker Desktop, etc. If you are running macOS Sierra, Docker Desktop is the way to go. If you already have a Docker Toolbox and if you are trying to install Docker Desktop, then it will prompt you to migrate existing Docker containers which are deployed using Docker Toolbox into Docker Desktop, and it will be seamless. The major difference between Docker Toolbox and Docker Desktop is Docker Toolbox uses VirtualBox to provision VM called as default, whereas Docker Desktop uses Mac's native HyperKit. You don't need to worry too much about those things at this time, but just remember that if you already have a Docker Toolbox and if you are trying to install Docker Desktop, it will prompt you to migrate the existing Docker containers into desktop, and you should be good to go. So that being said, let me click on this get Docker. It will take some time to download Docker Desktop for Mac. It's almost half GB. Once it is downloaded, I should be able to double click on this .dmg file, and I should be able to install Docker Desktop for Mac on this Mac. As the download is done, we can go to this .dmg file and we can actually double click on this to open and then install on this Mac. Now I just have to drag and drop this Docker into the applications. As it is dropped into the applications, now I can double click on the applications and then go to Docker icon here or Docker application here and just double click on it. You just have to say open and then next, and it is saying Docker Desktop needs privileged access. Docker Desktop needs privileged access to install its networking components and links to the Docker apps. You will be asked for your password. So it will actually prompt for our Mac admin password. We just have to enter that here. Once that is entered, you should be able to get into the Docker Desktop for Mac as it is started. So still it is starting. You can see here Docker Desktop is starting. Hang on for a moment. Once that is done, we should be able to go to command prompt and run some commands to validate that everything is fine. While it is coming up, I can actually go to this Docker official documentation, Docker Desktop, hit enter, and then go to this Docker Desktop for Mac Windows. Again, we came to the same page. I am not looking for this one. Let me click on get started here. There should be a place where we have the documentation. I am trying to get into there. I think this is a bit tricky to go through this. Rather, I should go to this docs.docker.com link. So you can see here, it says getting started, then install Docker Desktop for Mac. We have to go here and you can actually see the installation instructions. If you want to customize the preferences of this Docker Desktop, you can just go to preferences here and then you can actually take care of few settings or preferences. You can go through this documentation and understand what all can be done. We'll actually cover those things as we proceed further as and when they are relevant. As Docker Desktop is started and it is showing as running, now we can go to the terminal and then we can actually say Docker PS As of now, no container is running, that's why it is not showing anything. Just to validate that everything is set up properly, we can go to this getting started page and you can see these important commands. So you can actually run docker version command to ensure whether the Docker is installed or not. Docker compose version. So Docker compose is also installed along with the desktop, and also Docker machine. Let us see whether it is also installed or not. So all these things are installed automatically when we actually install Docker desktop directly. Now to validate whether we are able to deploy applications or not, there is a hello world Docker image. So we can just say docker run hello world, and then it will actually download the image, and we should be able to see the message saying that hello world on the screen, which means the installation is successful. You can see here hello world from Docker. Now if I say docker ps, still it does not show anything because hello world Docker container will just show the message and it will terminate the container. It will not keep the container up and running all the time. To validate whether we can actually start the container or not, we can actually use this one. So here we are trying to set up a Docker container with Nginx as web server. Now we can copy paste this docker run detach publish equal to 80:80, which means we are binding port number 80 on this host, which is nothing but Mac, with the port number 80 on the container once the container is started. And also we are trying to set up Nginx on top of it, and the container name is web server. Now if I hit enter, it will try to download the image to set up Nginx, and it will actually set up Nginx on top of it, and then it will run a Nginx application in that container, and we should be able to access that application using port number 80 with localhost as the DNS alias. So once the download and installation is done, we will actually validate. The reason why we are using detach is so that this can run in the background. Now I can say docker ps, and we can see there is a container running. Also we can go to the browser and then say localhost, and you can see welcome to Nginx message here. So this Nginx is not running on Mac, it is running on a Docker container, but as we have specified the port number 80 to bind to port number 80 on that Docker container, we are able to access by just saying http://localhost on our browser. Let me try once again. As the port number is 80 for running Nginx, we are actually able to run the Nginx default application using our browser. So this is how you should be able to set up Docker desktop for Mac and validate it. However, there are many things which you need to learn with respect to Docker, and we will see those details as we proceed further. But for now, I just want to clean up this container which is named as web server. This is the ID, this is the name of the container, and the image that is used to create the container is nothing but Nginx. So container is an instance of an image. So if we want to remove the image, first we have to stop the container, we have to delete the container, then only we should be able to remove the image unless we use force. That being said, we can stop the container by saying docker stop, and we can give the name or ID. Now I can say docker ps, and you can see that there is no container running at this time. To delete the container, I can say docker remove, and we can give the name or ID of the container. It is docker rm, not remove. So I just have to say docker rm and the container name or ID, and then the container is removed. Now I can say docker rmi nginx to remove the image. Now the image is deleted. You can actually say docker ps, nothing is running now. You can also say docker ps -all to see if there is any dormant container at this time. The hello world container is not deleted, that's why you can see the container for hello world here, but it is not in started mode. And then to list the images, we can actually say docker images, and you should be able to see the current images. As the Nginx is deleted, you don't see that image here. Only image that is there is nothing but hello world. So this is how you can actually clean up the unnecessary images and containers as part of your Docker running on your Mac.